Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of our Malicious Compliance. In today's episode, it's our fault for accepting your kids' money. Okay. My golden retriever complied. Michigan voter demands we accept their primary ballot as is. Okie dokie. Happy to help. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. It's our fault for accepting your kids' money. Okay. This story happened 9 years ago, but it recently came up on another sub and they told me to post it here. I used to work on a camping as a children's entertainer. Animatidium for the Dutch people. One day, we had this girl come join us for archery. You had to pay €10 to join the archery activity. We had one dude come over to teach it. My job was to basically babysit the kids, which is 90% of that job anyway, so that is all fine and well. Now this girl would not listen to me, or to the archery dude, whenever we said, wait until everyone has shot all their arrows and then go pick up your arrows. She would just shoot her arrows and immediately get them, while the other kids were still shooting. This is obviously very dangerous. After warning her multiple times, I decided that enough was enough and I told her to leave the activity. Fast forward a couple of hours. I just finished another activity and I see her and her mom coming towards me. Now I've seen this before, and generally I get the, now what do you say, sorry, what? I can't hear you, ugh. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, this wasn't the case here. It was the opposite. The mom wanted me to apologize to her daughter, and then also give her her money back. Neither of which obviously was gonna happen. But it gets worse. Apparently this girl stole €50 from her mom's purse, they decided to pay for her archery thing at the service desk, and with the leftover €40 she went to the shop and bought €40 worth of candy. And the mom wasn't mad at her, she was mad at us, for allowing her to buy that much candy and buy a ticket to the archery thing without her permission. It was all our fault. So we all came together and decided that if that was the case, she would not be allowed to do anything without her mom's permission. Going to buy some bread at the little shop in the morning? Better get your mom. Want to join the arts and craft hour? Not without your mom's permission. Want to pay a €1 deposit on a locker for the swimming pool? Nope. They quickly tried to backtrack, but we didn't. The mom had to constantly supervise her daughter. Which means she was also witnessing all her bad behavior. It was still all our fault though. My golden retriever complied. We used to have an issue with muddy dog paws tracking through the house in winter. To solve this we bought a plastic paddling pool for our back deck and taught our golden retriever Jack to walk through it a couple of times before standing on a towel to dry off. We'd then ask Jack to show us his feet to check before he could come inside after an outside play. Jack was a very well-behaved and biddable dog, but he didn't like getting his feet wet in winter. He didn't mind mud though. Jack only had to show us one foot, and so he quickly learned to hold up his front right paw to the window whenever he wanted to come in. A week or so later we noticed we were getting muddy paw prints through the house again. After a few accusations between my husband and I of not checking Jack's feet, we realized that Jack was just a lot smarter than the both of us. After the first week of washing his feet properly, Jack had realized he could get away with just dipping and drying his front right paw, as that was the only one we seemed to care about. His other 3 paws would be left covered in mud. Once we realized and asked to see his other feet, you could almost see his face light up that we'd finally gotten the joke. He ran and jumped into the paddling pool and splashed around like the goofball he was, before racing out and rolling in the towel with his tongue hanging out. Best dog ever. Michigan voter demands we accept their primary ballot as is. Okie dokie. Happy to help. I worked the polls for the Michigan primary on Tuesday. The ballot in my district had 3 sections: Democratic Party section, Republican Party section, and nonpartisan section, judges. At the top of the first 2 sections, it says partisan section and vote only one party section. We also remind voters that it's a primary, so they can only vote in one section. We don't care which one, but you can't vote in both or your vote will be spoiled. People hear the reminder several times while waiting in line because they're in line next to everyone. Some people even joke about the repetition with, I know, only one party. I heard. The reason for this is so people don't try to sabotage another party's races by voting for long-shot candidates. For example, incumbent Democratic Governor Gretchen Whitmer was running unopposed. A Democratic Party voter could think, hey, I don't need to cast my vote for governor for Whitmer because she'll win her party's nomination, so I'll cross parties and try to mess up the Republican nominee. You are only allowed to vote for one party. And everyone gets to vote in the nonpartisan section regardless of how you voted in either section. If someone does vote incorrectly, either on purpose or by mistake, the ballot is rejected. It gets spoiled, and we go through a very accountable method of issuing a second ballot and giving the voter another chance to vote correctly. One voter's ballot was rejected and they were very upset that their ballot was getting rejected each time they attempted to rescan it. We, one Republican poll worker and one Democratic poll worker, offer help without looking at the ballot. We explain that they voted incorrectly and must spoil the ballot. They do it themselves by writing "spoiled" across the ballot in large letters, folding it in half to protect privacy, and turning it in. Well, this voter would have none of that shady election fraud bullshit and wanted their ballot cast exactly as they marked it. Okay, sir, we're happy to help. There is a feature on the scanner where you simply touch "Accept ballot as is." This is mostly used when scanning ballots that are sent in absentee and the person is not there to recast a proper ballot. But we were happy to oblige this person and tapped "Accept ballot as is." The ballot slid in and was scanned while the voter muttered, "That's more like it." This meant his ballot would not count in the primary. It is an illegal ballot. He wasted his time coming to the polling center, waiting in line, filling out his application to vote, marking his ballot, and complaining to us. Have a nice day, sir. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.